Hey guys, it's so cool that you want to learn Xhosa. I can say from my own experience that it is amazing to be able to speak Xhosa when you go to South Africa. I live in Switzerland and I go home to visit family a few times a year, and I must say that since I started learning Xhosa about 5 years ago, it has just improved my quality of experience interacting with people in South Africa. And it's not hard to do so. Even with just a few words, you can really have wonderful moments. You just notice how people's eyes light up when they hear you say a few words in Xhosa. And I'm really touched by that, and I think if you try it, you'll also be touched and surprised at the positive responses. It's not like when you learn a language like French and you want to try it out, and it doesn't matter how good you say the sentence in French, the person's most likely to just switch to English and say, I speak English, and kind of take offense at you trying to speak their language improperly. With Xhosa, it's the complete opposite. You can say 2 words and they will come and hug you. I've had many cases of just saying like, how are you, my friend, how are you today? And when they find out that you speak Xhosa, they are so happy. They want to introduce you to their friends immediately. They call the other staff in the shop that speak Xhosa and they tell them, come listen to this guy speaking Xhosa. I've spoken at a garage before, and the petrol attendant immediately stopped the car with other Xhosa speakers and just told them, listen to this guy, he speaks Xhosa. So when I started doing Xhosa, there wasn't a lot of learning material out there. I started with the Memrise app. I'll put a link in the description below, and also some YouTube videos from other YouTubers. So the secret is staying interested in the language that you're learning. I've noticed that over the years of learning languages on my own, I often had these downs where I just lost interest in the language, and that was because the resources I was using were too difficult, or I just hit a wall. And it was a breakthrough for me when I finally figured out that just exposing myself to a lot of comprehensible input, language that I could understand, that the language would with time just sink in without actively trying to remember anything. So how my channel works is I've set up some videos that basically have a bit of a lesson plan. There's a conversation and I translate the conversation like word for word so that you know what the literal translation is, and then I talk a bit about some grammar points, but it's really not necessary for you to either memorize the grammar points or the vocabulary in the lesson. The idea is that with all the practice sentences that come at the end, and with the important words being repeated in the next lesson and in the following lessons, that you just acquire the language. So basically, if you use my channel, I suggest that you listen to the content many times. It's not important for you to learn the words or the grammar points before proceeding to the next lesson. Just carry on listening to whatever content blows your hair back. Just remember that you have to be listening to comprehensible input. So if you're listening to something and you don't know what they're saying or what I'm saying, it's not going to help you. So take notes of the translation and listen to it many times. I'm going to still make audio videos of each lesson where I don't speak English at all. Just read through the Xhosa content. So subscribe to my channel and enjoy learning Xhosa, and especially immediately go out and use what you've learned to interact with Xhosa speakers in a completely new way.